Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Eileen, and this is a very happy dose of medicine walk. And for those of you who are listening in on Blog Talk Radio, this is Healing House Radio. So, wasn't clickbait, like the title says. I'm going home. The inspectors were there today, and we were able to get the space itself checked. And it's fine except for smoke damage, but the inspectors have cleared it for rehabilitation. There is power and there is water, although it looks like chai tea at this point, and we definitely cannot drink it or use it for things like washing dishes, but the toilet works. And the water should be able to be cleared up within, probably within the next few days. But I can still go home. And first off, I want to thank each and every one of you who have been holding good thoughts and reached out and wished me well. That means so much to me. Thank you so very much. And it just feels like it's kind of surreal because today it was exactly 4 weeks ago that I left that mountain, and I left it not knowing if I would ever see it again. And the interesting part is that the landlord was there. And so we were talking, and when I mentioned how happy I was that we were lucky enough to still have our homes, he looked at me and he said, "You shouldn't have been." And, I asked him to explain that. And he said that the night we left, the firemen and all the officials said, there is no way that this is going to be spared. There is absolutely none. This is the path that the fire is taking is going to go right through here, and these are all going to be gone. And as each day passed, and because it spent most of the time, like on the map that it showed, it spent most of the time in the red. It was in the most active, hottest area of the fire, and it stayed there until they lifted the containment. So, or lifted the restriction. So, either way, I get to go home. And I am, tremendously grateful for the generosity of my ex-in-laws that, allowed me a safe place to stay, and, that I could be here as long as I needed. And being able to hear my river again, to be able to, which I checked, and the river is now moving once again. Because remember, we talked before about how I went down and looked at the river and it was just not moving. Well, it's moving again. And it felt like this whole new lease on life. It felt like this whole new start. And new starts are important. And things may not go pretty. They may not go as fast as we want them to. They may not be as, as immediate as we hope that they would be. I mean, it was, to think that it's been 4 weeks, and I am so happy that, I have something to go back to, because honestly, there's a lot of people who don't. There's a lot of homes that were destroyed, and specifically in our area, there were a lot of people who don't have anything to go back to, or what they have to go back to is so damaged that they're going to have to rebuild. So, tomorrow I get to go and start redoing things and getting rid of things that need getting rid of, because, there was a lot of smoke damage. But I will be able to get things back in proper order, and even better, set up my cameras and all of that again. And I am so excited to do that. It's just been, in thinking about my life on hold, and, what do I do if I have to replace all that stuff? And as I look at the new beginnings, one of them is that I have started working with a Twitch streamer who has kind of shown me about some things. So I may be expanding into Twitch. And so I'll keep you guys posted at that. And then see. And Luna, mwah, she is going to be so happy to be home. being inside. She's done okay with it, but I know she's going to love having her woods back. So, but anyway, yeah, this has inspired in me a whole idea of new beginnings and new starts. And, what do I want to hit the ground running with? And it's important for all of us, especially right now, because things just kind of flow from one day to the next. And, it's easy to get lost in it. It's easy to lose that spark. And as empaths, what we're feeling is we're feeling that sense of just stagnation. And we feel it from other people. We feel it's in the energetic field. So kicking that stagnation, well, sometimes it does take something pretty drastic. This has been a pretty drastic experience, one that I've never had before, and fingers crossed I will never have again. But the truth is that I still live in the woods. And the difficulty in the fact that our area wasn't burnt just kind of means that it is vulnerable to being burnt if the recurrence happens. But, you can only do what you can do. You can only do what it is that you are able to take care of, and then you just leave the rest to the universe or spirit, or who I call creator. The thing is, you don't let it take you to the point where you stop moving forward. You stop looking forward to new things. You stop looking forward to change and opportunity. And I recently tweeted that, it's the ability to look at what you have and see opportunities and not obstacles. And that's what I'm looking at. I mean, yes, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to get rid of. And there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to clear out anyway. And yes, I'm going to have to get rid of everything basically anything that was not in a can is going. The refrigerator is just being, the inspector in fact told me, just tape it up and put it out. There is nothing in there that you are going to be able to save. And what is growing in there, you do not want to even risk breathing in. So yeah, I'm going to be clearing out a bunch of stuff, and that means I get to purchase all kinds of healthy foods, and I get to change, because I'm in the process of changing how I eat and working on getting into better shape. And so now I've got the opportunity to just kind of start from scratch, which is really cool. And as things happen, it's about, yes, you can be upset that an event happened and how it impacted you, and, really honor the reality of what you feel. And at the same time, it can be looked at, okay, what is the opportunities here? What is it that I can be able to create anew? And part of this is about creating new things. And it's like, even though I'm in the same place, in some ways, it's kind of like starting over. So I look forward to that. I look forward to the opportunity to be able to record and broadcast from my home again. And, there's going to be a bit of elbow grease, that I'm going to need to apply to be able to get things back the way I want them, and even better. So as I look at some of the things that, my list of to-do things that now has suddenly gotten a lot bigger. But while I was in this process, I was thinking about what I wanted. I was thinking about, okay, what is it that, what kind of new refrigerator do I want? What kind of, do I want to keep my bed? And I decided no. And, the inspector recommended getting rid of the mattress because of the fact that, the smoke had more than just smoke. It had chemicals in it. And once that gets in, especially for something like a mattress, you're breathing that in, and it's not good for you. And yes, I could run it through the wash and all of that, those sheets and the bedding, but what may have soaked into that mattress, the fumes, I really don't want to risk my health, and I wanted to get a futon anyway. So now is an opportunity to do that. So looking at how this is an opportunity, there are possibilities here that, before all this happened, I didn't even think that, well, I'll take care of it one day. The biggest gift that this has given me, this experience, is it got rid of one day. No, we're going to do it now. If there's something that I want to do, I'm going to put it into motion now. There's no reason to wait. And as that energy shifts, and it's so amazing because going up there and feeling the energy of the people as they're coming home, those who have homes to go to, and even those who don't, because what's happening is that the community is coming, really coming together for them and supporting them. And the appreciation that we have for our volunteer fire department. And there's so much that is about renewal. And, often really September, the interesting part is that September is usually that point of closing down, of harvesting, of, just kind of settling out, beginning the process of settling out the year. And quite honestly, it feels like it's starting all over. And yeah, 2020 could use starting over. But however, you hold the things that come into your life, however you classify them, whether you view them as an obstacle or an opportunity, I encourage you to view them honestly first. Grieving, I went through a grieving process because as far as I knew, everything that I had was gone. And so I did go through grieving, and now that I have a second chance at it, and a very precious second chance, and I do not take that for granted for one single second. Now that I have that, it's about, okay, now what do I want to do? Let's do something. I'm going to get those pictures up on the wall that I had been meaning to get up on the wall, but I never took the time. I'm going to make sure that I have, things placed where I want them placed. And if I want to change something, I'm going to change it. So, this is a wonderful opportunity that if you look at the things that are hard, if you look hard enough and if you're willing to open up the possibilities, you may find that there's some gifts in that. I firmly believe that there is nothing that comes into our life that doesn't leave a gift, even if it's something hard. There's some gift that's hidden in it. So look for your gifts. And if you can't find them, then maybe I can help. I'd love to assist in that. And just hang in there. Whatever it is you're going through, know that you are in my thoughts and my prayers. And for those of you who were, giving so many wonderful thoughts and prayers for me, I ask that you now turn those prayers to those who have lost everything and to those who are still fighting. The fire's not out, and they're just really making sure that they've got it under control, and they're almost at containment. So please offer prayers for those who are going through that and who are doing that very, very, very hard job that they've been at for over a month. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me, this particular section, this evacuation journey. And thank you for hanging in there with me. And it'll probably be Saturday before I'm able to record another video. And that will be from back in my home. So, thank you for everything. Thank you for joining me. And if you like this video, please press like. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them in the comment section, or you can follow me on Twitter. You can join my Facebook group, Medicine Walk with Dr. Eileen. I am now on Discord, and the link for my Discord account is in the description, as well as my email address. So if you're going through a difficult time, a difficult transition, I'd be happy to offer help. And if you really like what we're doing, and if you would like to support this channel, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, if you have, thank you so much. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing. I also have a Patreon account for those who wish to support at a higher level, and there are certain perks that go with each level, but it's as low as $2 a month. And I appreciate those who are supporting me. And Kathleen and Deb, thank you so much. So again, thank you for joining me. And as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. Love you, and see you from the cabin. Bye.